Kenyans are saying good riddance after it was announced that the U.S. Ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, is resigning from her role. The U.S. Ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, has resigned 1 week after Donald Trump's re-election. In a statement, Ambassador Whitman shared some of her achievements.
Days after the United States went to the polls and the Republican candidate Donald Trump emerged victorious, Meg Whitman has tendered her resignation to President Joe Biden. Her resignation statement read in part, and I quote, "Just like all U.S. ambassadors, I serve at the request of the President. The American people have spoken, and a new president will be inaugurated in January. I wish him and his new team success."
A lot of Kenyans are celebrating her departure because of a few reasons. The main one being that she stayed silent during the anti-tax protest Kenyans held a few months ago. So people felt like she should have at the very least called on the government to stop the police were silencing people, and we talked about this when it happened. There was a lot going on. So the fact that she stayed silent angered a lot of Kenyans, and that is why they feel like she was not very neutral. She was not for the people, is what they felt like. And secondly, if you remember when she was asked about the visa situation and how Kenyans are being treated at the U.S. Embassy.
Easier for Americans to come here than it is for Kenyans to go to the U.S. One of the big questions is spousal visas for individuals who may be on the other side and are not able to get their visas for their spouses to join them. And we're not talking about months, we're talking about years for this to happen. What's the holdup?
Yeah. So when I got here, remember what happened during COVID is no one wanted to go anywhere. And the visa department, the consular department, is funded by visa fees. So during COVID, visa fees went to nothing. So there was no business. So all those consular officers went off into the other parts of the American government. I mean, I'm very pleased that we didn't lay anyone off, but they went and got other jobs. Then, when the demand started to rise again, we had to try to get all those people back. Do you remember when the airlines tried to get up and running? They had to bring the baggage handlers back and the flight attendants back and the pilots back. We had to find all these people to bring them back. When I got here, it was a 2-year wait for an interview.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of business process re-engineering. We got a bit more resources. I put out an all-points bulletin to the embassy. Anyone who's worked in consular in the last 5 years, it's your lucky day. You're coming back to consular to get this under control. And we brought that wait down to 2 years. Then everyone in Kenya figured out they could get visas again, so the demand went back up. We brought that down. And the place that we still are far behind is the spousal visas, and we're working on it. I think there will be good resolution by the end of the year. But I feel badly about the fact that many of these spouses have been separated, families have been separated, and so we're working to get, you probably know there's 8 different kinds of visas to go to the United States. We've made progress on many of them, and we've made progress on that, but not enough.
So are we saying that it is a timing issue?
Yes.
As opposed to a refusal issue?
Oh, it's a timing issue. Okay. I mean, we do refuse people for visas for very, very good reasons, but that's not the major problem here. It's actually a resource and a processing time issue.
So what would you say to the folks who are waiting and saying, okay, well, it's been 3 years,
Hang in there. We're working on it.
That is what she said, and a lot of people had an issue with her answer. But at the end of the day, she has resigned after it was announced that Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one.